Hi everyone, welcome to a quick demonstration of the Forms2Docs document automation platform from Paperwork Pros. If you're seeing this video, that means that you actually have registered through the auto registration and clicked on the link within the activation email that we sent. You'll land here once you've authenticated into Forms2Docs, and if you want to create a document, you can go to the left-hand side here and click on Documents. If you haven't yet created a document, you'll see a big green button in the center of the screen that lets you create a new document. So we'll go ahead and give the document a name. And then we can also add a note. That note is searchable and able to be filtered on. In the real world, it might be something that's a very important detail or something that you might want to include within the reference to the document. We currently have one template, so I'll choose that referral agreement example template and say continue. I'm brought to the form that is going to be complete. Once it's complete, we'll save and build the actual document itself. So this is a referral agreement. Again, it's a complete example between a person and a company or a company and a company. And you'll just show some rules and some capabilities of Forms2Docs. You'll notice as I hover over different aspects of the form, there's a tooltip that actually can be for help links or to explain what the purpose of this, or perhaps to give instructions. Maybe we'll say this is going to be for a company that avails a single name. If I say it's going to be for a person that avails two different fields for their first and last name. So let's go with that. We'll say it's for Gene Jones. The effective date of the agreement is going to be today. We'll say that Gene is going to be referring one of the two products that will actually affect the output document and determine what's in the attachment A. Gene's name actually comes down into the signature area automatically based on a rule. Put in her email address, and then we'll say that Pat Smith is going to actually sign for the demo company. Once we're complete, we say save and build. And in just a couple seconds, we'll actually now see the one document that's available. It's available as a PDF, also available as a Word document. That permission is turned off, but certainly could be accessed with the right permissions. You'll notice for the example, we actually have the person's name, today's date or the effective date. On page 2 is the signatory information. And then page 3 is that attachment A I referenced. Right now, there are only 2 line items, both reference product number 1 and a description referencing product number 1. We'll go ahead and edit this quickly and say that Gene is going to actually refer both product number 1 and product number 2. So we'll tick that second box, save and build, and look at the second iteration of the form, of the document rather. So pages 1 and 2 have not changed at all, but page 3, you'll notice there is now a third line item representative of products, the first 2, product number 1, second of product number 2, and then page 2 actually has, or page 4 rather, actually has product number 2 information on it. So very simple application of completing a form and actually getting a document. From there, what can you do? A number of things. We could actually, again, review or edit or add additional notes if that's appropriate. We could also copy this and begin the process, or go ahead and change the name of and begin the process of editing or creating a new document. We can also change the status of the document. So in this case, there are only 2 statuses. Again, for this demo tenant, we just have created and submitted. That change of status might actually trigger a workflow of some sort or a notification. And then finally, we can actually upload files, which would allow us to call it electronically staple some sort of either request for a quote, or maybe it's some explanation of who this partner is. Maybe it's a W-9 with respect to taxes or so forth that can be included within this document's life cycle. So let's do a couple last things and then we'll wrap this up. First is maybe we'll actually go ahead and say that we want to change the note, and we'll edit this note and put in maybe customer number 1234, just as a reference for this customer that we're working with, or partner in this case. So we'll go ahead and submit that. That looks good. Then from there, I could do something like look for customer number and find that, so I can actually search for those things. Or maybe I'm looking for 1234, the customer number itself, and again, I find that. Alternatively, if we reset this If I look at my filters, then I can actually do the same thing. I can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, which is that customer number, and show the results, or I can clear that out and show something that's looking for one specific template or form and document combination. I can look for something that is updated by a date or within a certain date range, or find me a group of documents within this date range, or I can actually filter by status. So show me only the documents that have been submitted, something of that nature. So that's all. If you have any questions, please click on the help contact on the left-hand side here, and happy to talk with you or answer any questions.